This is one of the most iconic bourbons in the world. But should you buy this one? Let's talk about that. Welcome back to another episode of Pour Authority. I'm David, and today we are diving into the topic of Blanton's, the original single barrel bourbon. For those of you out there who are not familiar with Blanton's, Blanton's is a product produced and marketed by the Sazerac Company from the Buffalo Trace Distillery in Frankfort, Kentucky. Blanton's comes in a visually distinct grenade shape with a horse and jockey cork stopper. The bottle has what appears to be handwritten notes such as the bottle number, barrel number, and dump date, which is a nice touch. There are a total of 8 different bottle tops which resemble the stages of a horse race, and each stopper is marked with a single letter that spells Blanton's when the set has been completed. While there are other expressions from Blanton's such as straight from the barrel, Blanton's Gold, and Blanton's Special Reserve, this is the most common version you'll find in the US. Alright, before we move on to the tasting, let's take a quick look at the history of this bourbon. From 1921 to 1952, company president Colonel Blanton created his very special and limited supply of bourbon, his private reserve, or honey barrels as he called them, which came from the center cut of Warehouse H. These hand-selected barrels were often served to dignitaries, his family, and other important guests. Although Colonel Blanton died in the spring of 1959, his legacy lived on when master distiller Elmer T. Lee introduced Blanton's single barrel bourbon in 1984. This was the first ever single barrel bourbon sold commercially. Today, Blanton's bourbon continues to come from the famous Warehouse H, and the rest is history. This bottle is priced at a retail of around $65 and comes in at a very approachable 93 proof, which should be friendly for most. Let's go ahead and get into the tasting and find out if it's any good. Onto the nose. Lots of vanilla, some baking spices, light oak. I'm getting a green apple, a little bit spicy, but not overly. There's a little bit of leather there and hints of sweet caramel. All right, on the palate. So a lot of those flavors are transferring over from the nose. I'm getting a big rush of vanilla. It's got some sweetness there. There's a little bit of oak presence that's kind of lingering in the mouth. I'm getting hints of a baked apple pie. Maybe some nutmeg. Oh yeah, this is very drinkable for sure. It doesn't have a huge punch of proof there. It's very easy to drink. This one has a lot of familiar flavors if you enjoy bourbon, really. As far as the finish though, it is a little bit light, but this was as expected since it's only 93 proof. I think for most drinkers, that's a very, very approachable range. You might prefer that proof point if you're even new to drinking whiskey as well. So overall, I think this is a really, really good taste. It's a good bourbon, definitely for $65. So honestly, the problem that many people have with this sought after bottle is that it can be extremely hard to find in many places, and often the asking price is way above MSRP, making it hard for people to recommend it. I totally understand that. But at the retail price, I personally think that this is a must-have for anyone who can find it. This makes for an awesome gift, centerpiece on your bar, or even a decanter if you want. I mean, come on. It's got a trademark design, a great story behind it, and it's kind of rare. So this combination makes for a special occasion and can spark up a good conversation. Whatever your opinion may be, just drink the whiskey that you enjoy. All right? Thanks for joining me for tonight's episode, And if you enjoy this type of content and would like to get involved, I encourage you to become a part of our new Pour Society over on Patreon at patreon.com/pourauthority. You will have the opportunity to earn rewards and perks for supporting our channel and be the first to enjoy exclusive merch and so much more. Also, please subscribe, like, and comment to help grow this channel. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.